It is my best friend yet again on this lovely episode. I am quite thankful yet again to Lubabalo Msipa for the time that he took. Being in your life really does matter, and the values that we chose to instill, especially having each other in our lives, is one that I still hold of high value. We are still going through this concrete jungle and we are discovering things about ourselves. This is adulthood, and I remember even when we met how we were so hell bent on figuring it out, especially for not ourselves but also for those around us. I'm thankful that our relationship continues to become a beacon of hope, especially for us. I love the people that we are becoming, the adults we're becoming, and let us continue having this ground to ourselves. I'm thankful for your presence. Namaste, brother.
Every time you want to know or you want to know what's happening or you just want to find out what's good, then all of a sudden you just get fogged, Part of everything that happens is because we get closer to that point where I think I'm close to finding out, okay, now the cracks are starting to show. It goes back to that thing when the mask starts to fall off. Because Ibanjian, this dude, he's so dead certain. He knows how he feels about himself and also how he feels about me. And I've always said that some people are so scared because we know what we want. And we are not even afraid of letting you know, but yo, bruh, this is what I want.
Know who you are.
Yeah, Ibona Lawe, this is what I want. It's not a matter of building ultimatums, but it's also being sure, but even if this doesn't work out, I will not deprive myself of the next thing. Maybe it's supposed to be the one that works out. Because this interfair today don't work out for a reason.
I was gotta happen before shit happens.
Phew, bruh. I had this conversation about how thankful I am for all my failed relationships. Because I don't learn what I'm doing now. I don't have the same perspective towards relationships if I don't lose the other ones. So I try many means. When I tune into what I went through, I try to find what is the thing that I can take from that.
What did you learn from
Yeah,
previous
basically.
How can you do things differently?
Yeah, G. Yeah, man. Because I worked too much on keeping people instead of keeping myself. And I understood that I was not confident. I was not dead sure of who I was supposed to be. I was like, this relationship will determine what I am. And that puts you in a position where you become obsessive now. Now the person you're in a relationship with starts to see, but yo, this nigga's life revolves around me. I can say this, and some women they use it to your advantage, because I heard something on a podcast by a woman who I respect so much, and she said that women are so good at manipulation.
They naturally.
We are naturally good at that, not in a arrogant way, but in a way that she knows. Yeah, she's a woman, and how she was emphasizing the point that when we want something, we are able to like turn things to our advantage, maneuver things accordingly. Which is until this day, there's something that just amazes me about the woman. It gives life. It's like nature.
It's like heaven.
Hey, dog, you've been to heaven many times and you haven't even known.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We came out of heaven.
That's why I feel to understand about that raise their hands on one other fans, bro, because it was ZP made to heaven. We spoke about this before.
Many times, dog. It's been like.
But besides that, Fit, I mean, in past relationships, we learn from them, We learn from past relationships. They taught us something. Like they say, you're here to either bless me or teach me a lesson. Whoever you come across to is either there to bless you or teach you a lesson.
Yeah. It's either you're a blessing or you're a lesson.
And 99% of the time, we learn a lesson. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine like a couple of days ago of how things have changed nowadays. Male and female date each other to hurt each other later on, Male and female, they don't have respect for each other no more. It's been happening. We know this. That's why you get so many single people nowadays. Because why single? Like, what? Me. Because I choose to,
You can choose in this era to be single if you
The
want.
trauma that people make, it's the culture
Mm.
Abantu made, they built.
We talked about this in the songs, the hookup culture.
Everybody talks about this, bro.
You ain't lying, dog.
Everybody talks about this. That's the most internal war people have outside.
Gee.
That leads to depression.
Ooh.
That leads to loneliness.
Ooh.
That leads to easy about the anxiety levels. They high like
They skyrocketed.
high like
Then ngoku we have the outcomes as the
Then after
suicides.
that, the suicides, alcohol abuse.
Yeah, the outcomes
too
as
much
zonke.
social- You get it. People need to find the right people, dog,
Yeah.
to talk to. Because I feel like if I don't care what you do, you know, I don't care what you do, and I don't care about what type of good job you have. But if you don't have a close friend to listen to you, if you don't have whom to vent on, you're in trouble.
Sure. Guys, this is like the second. This guy is like a broken record. You
Yeah.
remind me of myself now, but that's good because a message that is repeated is one that can be able
It's
to
the
stay in
same,
the
yeah.
mind, bro.
You know?
Like every time I meet you, dog, and you're like, bruh, like what I have, Notando, y'all should get someone like that, bro. I would highly advise you, bro. And you probably have someone on Gianna in your life without your knowledge, or you can probably have someone that you can look to that can help you in that kind of instance.
So it's that thing. But another thing I want to tap on as it's talking about the instincts as human beings.
Yep.
Let's talk about the instincts. How often do you hear your instincts tell you something, bro? You know?
Countless times, dog.
Countless times.
Countless times.
Do you feel like those voices mean something?
Yeah, one has a voices for it. I feel like they coming from the creator. And there's also ancestors in them because I work with 1,000 niggas, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas and niggeresses.
No, I do believe in those. I used to ignore them. I used to ignore them to a point that no man, this is too repetitive. You know? Yeah, I try to ignore them. But obviously I'm human, I talk about I do research, but what do you think about this there? What do you think about this there? And I get like he replies this different, like, okay. I feel like they just like your thoughts telling you to do or have a different approach. Or now I just feel like maybe it's the ancestors telling you something, or maybe it's God saying it, or maybe you're overthinking. It replies in it's like from when I was overthinking. Abantu were like, nah, dude, you're just overthinking.
They immediately dismiss your feelings.
Yeah, one.
Like, nah, nigga.
Nah, you're just overthinking. That don't mean nothing, bro. Just like do something different, or you know,
Okay.
it's like that.
Instinct saved me in many instances. I think when I started not to shut it out because I had to have a relationship with it. And part of the instinct, there's also the shadow. I need to return to reading Carl Jung as well. Again, Carl Jung was a psychologist. Huge inspiration on Jordan B. Peterson. Remember when I was showing you how I was into Jordan Peterson, the psychologist, and how man needs to learn how to be a monster and control that monstrosity because there are certain times where you need to be tender. And there are times where you can't be tender. Yeah. So a real man is a monster.
Yeah.
And he learns to control that monstrosity. His tender side, like when it comes to the Yabo Abandwan and then when it comes to other males,
I never watched the video.
yeah, about Umchi. Yeah, so Carl Jung is that psychologist, man. Yeah, which he talks about everyone has a shadow. And that you need to like make sure that in your life you learn about the shadow and integrate it into your character. Because the shadow is everything that you don't want the world to know about you.
So that's not the closet.
Everyone has it, yes. Everyone has a shadow. Every human being has. There are things that you don't want the world to know about you. Or that you do by yourself and think by yourself and do all of that. So the shadow, it gives the ability to kill, to do evil, to do zongelas, to destroy to yongeland.
The same thing that people use against you.
Yeah. Blackmail and zongelas. Yes, they are appealing to that kind of side. But the beautiful thing about the shadow is once you learn about it and then you integrate it to your character, but then it's like you doing what is this thing I love to say, man, about wearing your scars proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time it approaches you, you know how to handle it.
Yeah, ihamba nawe everywhere you go. Ileyani ixelelayo chat, but you're not good enough. Yeah, suka aba bantu bayakuthanda.
wasting
These
time.
people don't like you. Yilapho solo kuyo. Remember, on the podcast, I always have this thought, especially with current states of mind, but I have this voice that visits me every Wednesday before I upload an episode that says, don't upload.
But
no one
it's
is going to
too
listen.
It's too early.
Yeah,
Or
no one
don't
is going to
post,
listen.
no
No one is
one's
going to
gonna
bother.
like, yeah.
No, 3 hands alone and all that. It's that thing that you always have to be at bay, Kuyu.
Another thing we have to think about, when it comes to like either Zoom uploader or anything, bear in mind that some people, they turn off the active statuses, and they turn off something on social media, whereas when you post something, they see it, but you can't see that they saw it.
Hey, dog, dog.
You know that thing that I think it's also on WhatsApp, man. When you post something and then someone just replies in it, but how about throwing a list like, what the fuck?
This person is not on
Keep
my
my
contact
hair,
list.
bro.
How were they able to
Like how
do that?
No, you're on my contact list,
Yeah.
but you just appear to like comment,
Oh, but nobody needs
But
it.
nobody needs to, like, how? Why you do that? I feel like those people, they just kind of like change your mood in a way. Because Mama was actually walking all the way and I'm like, PC one. I was like, I'm not walking faster than this, bro.
Instinct helped me a lot, especially when it like came to dealing with my own inner demons as well. As I was talking about Carl Jung and psychology, and I love the fact that when we went through a physical pandemic, I was going through a mental pandemic. And I'm also grateful for the fact that it took the crumbling of my relationship, me losing my job, and also the losing of my mom, for me to like take mental health seriously. US, I'm 21. Am I 21 at that time?
Yeah, probably 21, 22.
21, 22, yeah. Probably at that time. And I was like, dude, you can't be making excuses to yourself about things that you should have learned when you were approaching your 20s, bruh. Because I took that for lightly. I was like, bruh, if I got this work, if I got this girl and so on, then I'm secured. And then I failed to do the work. And then when I lost all of that, when I started to crumble, because now I was complacent, I was relaxed, I was like, nah, I got the girl. Like, it felt like now I no longer had to fight. I gave her off the energy that now you got me, now you're no longer working to keep me. We're relaxing now, we're standing in one place and all that. And it was not even just a relation to our relationship, but it was also about me, the reality check. Then again, she started like going to varsity and stopped working. That's the reality check. I was like, yo, bro, she's outgrowing your ass.
That's the instinct telling you, but you see what's happening now?
Yeah, you see what's happening now? You thought it was going to go
but
this
now
way,
it's going
and
this way. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, bro, I've lost her. I lost her 8 months before I lost her. But you wanna la way, younger
You saw
accept.
the future, yeah, but
Bra, instinct yami ayibona ba disacknowledge kanja. That's why after that I went full straight mode, hyperbolic chamber, meditation, Satguru, spirituality. Younger la way, I was a student on YouTube. While I'm in the call center, because as I'm about to have this breakup, I'm busy looking for things that will
gonna
calm
you
before younger la way, so that when reality starts to strike. That's why my mom's passing didn't have that kind of like detrimental effect. Because few months later, everyone's mind is in COVID. And it's about survival now. I was like, dude, it's like go. The world is not going to return. Because everywhere in the Amba corner, I was like, people are still like, yo, my season was back to 2019. This is when Galo 7 Media This is when I start with the podcast. I write down my thoughts. And later on in 2020, I'm going to record my very first episode. My very first video. Remember you were commenting WhatsApp. And I was like, bruh, I already knew I had this. For all those years that I went through all that, the one thing that was missing was the action. The action, so that I can base this in the Like, you were planning too much, Tando. 3 years.
That's what we do as humans. We plan too much.
Plan too much. Ixesha liyamuva, the conditions ziyachintsha.
Into ziyachintsha. Number one, we plan too much. Number two, siyadoubt. It gets more, and anxiety iyanyuka, sifana pressure. Whilst yonke lonto yenzeka, sifuna ibe perfect for the first time.
Uyaqala kodwa ufuna umapepe.
Can't be
Njani?
perfect for the first
You see
time.
the expectations that sees Fagaya on ourselves.
Yeah.
And then now the mind, and because at one point I was like, Tito, you need to stop working against yourself. Like ngoku there's an amount that you can be able to handle at a certain point. Once you break out of the unrealistic bubble, now you start to see small chunks as, yo bruh, I had the best shit ever. Because ndifaka la philosophy, how do you eat an elephant? Piece by piece, not whole. So how do I learn this work piece by piece and not whole? Take it day by day.
Take it day by day.
Take it day by day. And now as by being around environments that will allow that, you're with the environment, the change of friends, because now I moved from people that called out my behavior to people that encouraged me, be a radical, be this, knowing full well, yo, bro, you are leading me astray. There's no responsibility towards the self, because I don't date those girls. I don't become that leader. I don't go through zongas azindo if I don't acknowledge. But yo, bruh, the energy you're giving off is not good. Yeah, so that was on me. So I had to work with my instinct. But dog, the fight is different now. The Immaculata girls don't matter. You failed now. The one thing that matters is you must pounce on this failure. That's why me dating all those girls, my reputation, none of the shit mattered, bruh. What mattered was my life. Getting my life back on track.
On track, because time was moving.
Because it was a lot more.
Time was moving.
The time was moving.
On this note, one thing I like about, these conversations is not only you get to see where you come from, but what you've done and izinto that you've been doing differently. It's being matured, I remember someone told me, what if you notice into zenzayo ngoku then last time yezazibuya cool. Someone told me that.
Beautiful.
And like with regards to these things, bro, like I appreciate them, but at the same time, I like, why do you have to come out now? After it is out here and not before, Even if you submit something, you drop something online, or you prepare yourself for it, they always talk to you. Because there's always that voice. We're humans. That voice, but okay, you're not fully ready. Okay, you're ready. Just wing it. Instincts. Right there.
Yeah, Jog.
But what I appreciate them about Akuli is the fact that they kind of make you have different approaches. That's one thing I like about them.
But the problem cannot just be seen or solved in one way. 1,000 ways to skin a cat. And Lando igniga amandla. So that now the last one didn't work, but different one. It's like me trouble booting a computer, trying to see what went wrong.
Okay.
Is it the Windows? Is it the hard drive? Is it the RAM?
Only to find out you've been pressing with F1 instead of F12.
You
get what I mean?
Oh shit!
You get what I mean?
Oh, Chad.
It's only because you've been pressing F1. You're so used to F1 because it's like booting menus. Only to find out.
And how seven is more different.
Different. It's no longer a Samsung.
Oh, beautiful,
so
Chad.
F12 to
because he boot menus as kuchonge patchne 1, abanye go escape, abanye go F2, abanye go F9, abanye go F10. It's different models. That's why when we do tech videos, they will always say refer to your motherboard manufacturer for the BIOS button or BIOS whatever if you want to enter into BIOS, because they'll ask you what's the name of the manufacturer of the board that you are using, so that they can tell you, okay, this is F10, because we know, okay, I'm using Asus, so the boot menu is going to be, the boot settings are going to be accessed with F2, and then the boot configuration with escape. But on another totally different company, maybe it's Samsung, like you're saying, it's totally different.
I can accommodate the drive, but this is not my drive.
I'll wait you, man.
Have another button to like check it out. So that's another thing, man. Everyone's Teta was a way of figuring out, Izindo, that you've been kind of like dwelling on too much. What have you been thinking about lately, dog?
What I've been thinking about lately,
besides like, okay, I have to upload a podcast and stuff. What's that main thing?
What's that main thing?
Yeah, like you always wake up and you be like, man, if I had it.
You've been denying, dog. Yeah. Hardware, dog. Like computer hardware. Like I think being lost in the things that I love is the thing that activates me most. Whether I get paid or not, that's not the matter. Because I chase value first before everything. I want to be able to bring value to you, not just with one occasion, but in many multiple occasions. But yeah, the one thing that I've been thinking about most of all, thank you for asking that question, coming through on my promises that I made to myself. Like I said at the start of the year, I wanted to be consistent, own every Wednesday,
I can see that.
all 52 weeks. Yeah, Bolawe.
That I can see.
Yeah, and also treating every piece of portfolio for you to as important as I treat myself as well. Not everything is gonna be like accepted the same way. We understand because we have to remind ourselves now, but what we are doing to some people it's foreign. But to Tina, we also know of people who are doing the very same thing. Because remember, we live on the internet. We live in an age where people from where you come from might not support your thing, but you can have people in the UK and so on. That's why analytics, to me and Sungs, they're the best because we can track our own progress. Like we live in that kind of time where you can see where you're growing, what you need to improve on, whether I'm coming with consciously or unconsciously, because I feel like this is the time that we started being serious about what we are literally putting out there. Now it's no longer about hey, I think they corner in, they corner.
Coming from where you won, killing that doubt, uploading, getting equipment, him coming over for a podcast, that's a huge result.
Ooh.
You know?
Coming from you, that is jet fuel, bro.
Because bro, I've been seeing like okay, this nigga is consistent, but he growth days and trust me dog, I've seen growth with that. Even by the way you talk. Sometimes I even watch you when you talk to the mic and I'm like, he's built for this.
Yo, dog. Chad, it's like you live in my mind, bro.
Nah, like I can see.
Seriously, dog. I do feel like that. I feel like, bro, this is what I've been.
I see that you built for it, bro. You are an extrovert because you're not afraid to voice yourself, you know? Because you're Lamdo that knows how to talk. Like Tano, you can talk, bro. And when you talk, you always leave a mark. You know, but damn, he really said that, you know? So, like, I really have to give props forward, coach. Like, shout out, shit, for, like, what you've done, you know? And I hope you can keep going, bro, like, non-stop, like, keep going.
Beast mode, G.
Beast mode, like, be out there, yeah, bro. Because for Msipa on the hood, while I think you're going to come over, go and feel at home. Because I know you make people feel at home, you know? Because you're like that, like, I'm sure if your energy is so wide that you're comfortable around it. Some people just take that shit for advantage. But I know you're always like, fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you're not afraid of that.
Don't fuck
with me. Yeah, that's one thing I also appreciate from you. But talking about like what we've been thinking about, I'm not afraid to. I've been thinking about my approaches, bro, in life. Isn't in dog. I've been trying to think about ways I can, you know, just like approaches and I've been doing. Yes, I do illustrations. That's fine. Yes, I do music. That's fine. Ever since I've voiced myself so much again about the music, I've been seeing a whole lot of different results. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And I think I've told you this before.
Yeah.
Ever since I voiced myself, but I'm done with you guys.
Yeah.
Niggas have been hitting the paper, the pen like crazy.
Exactly.
And it's not like I want to be a leader.
Yeah. But it felt like you had to do that. I remember last time but why does it have to be bench?
Why do I have to bring out that shadow we just spoke about? Why do you have to bring out that shadow for people to see things clear about, okay, yo, he's about this, you know?
This nigga really
about this, bro. Yeah, bro. So on my result, bro, on my side, now I've been thinking about approaches of how I can like work on them and easy, I could try to do them differently. Yes, but if I'm doing in the Chile, what's gonna be my approach? Because I'm afraid, to be honest with you, I'm a person that's kind of afraid to fail, but at the same time, that's prepared. Shut up. Like, okay, listen, it's gonna happen. You know, I've read about the type of people that thinks too much. Maybe you're a dweller, you're an overthinker. I won't lie to you, my friend. I'm a bit of a dweller. Like, I would literally spend 2 to 3 days on something, dog, up until someone says, dude, just snap out of it. It happened. Move on. That's why I have like friends like Opong told me like, they've taught me, nigga, it happened. It had to happen. You know?
Yeah, dog.
Something like that.
Yeah. And ithanda lona because now you in touching the feelings zakho. And this is what I encourage to everyone, especially like in my inner circle. Like don't make your feelings think that they are wrong for feeling that kind of way. Especially like I say around Golfo, because when my podcast I'm like, yo, bruh, some people are creating like safe spaces so that those environments can enable certain conversations to happen. And everyone walks off feeling good, man.
Yeah.
Feeling fulfilled, feeling like, yo, bruh, as much as I don't have it figured out, but I'm gonna work myself towards there. It's like dog. Even Nangogo, there's like tons of shit. Like, bruh, there's someone who looks at me like, yo, that nigga, he's got his processes, he's got this, he's got this, he's got this. And but sometimes now, yo, bruh, is this thing working out? Because it feels like you are that person who's hitting in the dark. But you are there, like how you're throwing those punches.
Yeah.
But eventually it will get to a place where now you're doing it in a sophisticated way.
Yeah.
Where your effort, it mattered. And there's where Mr. Daniels used to make this example about how one drop.
Or one droplet can create a waterfall. Yeah.
Yeah. You see those examples. How like stretch can go over years.
Over like thousands of years.
Over thousands and thousands of years, yeah, boy. And look where you find yourself now. Is landscape, Nindo's India. So that kind of thing, but the first hit is as important as the last one. The hit that cracks the rock is as important as the first one. Remember, you were hitting it and
you were hitting it. Yeah.
Nothing. I couldn't. 2.
And throughout that hitting stage,
3.
you actually get to be a professional of how.
Hey, man. Hey.
So like, are you just hitting in a dark? Yeah, you might be hitting in a dark, but at the same time, you're learning how to throw a punch. Not just any punch, a full heavy punch. You know, that's another thing of the processes in the guy. You like how we work towards in this team.
Oh, weird dog, man.
You don't only like learn how to do it, but you learn how to strategize that strength, how to time, how to schedule it. You know,
because it's different conditions.
Because by the time you get to the final stage, when's the impact? Boom.
Like for all those levels have led you up to there. And that's also beautiful to admire, especially about the self. I've said this to like my cameraman. When Yamkumbuza all the time of umsebenzi wakhe. And I'm giving props to him, especially about his editing. Because dog, when I watched the shit that he does for the first time, the kalandetwa chat in my office, the kalandetwa, yo, we the universe keeps on telling you haven't made the wrong decision. Instincts.
Yeah.
Because every time do you know by every time we're sitting together, we're teaching one another how to handle each other? Like that he is any kind of day where we are disrespecting one another. Did you look at the foundations that we created when we met one another?
We go to that.
Yeah, bro. And then Sakipa according to those principles. That's why we keep each other against one another. So he posted the status this other day. Network. Name a better duo. It's his episode and me. I'm gonna, look at the positive influence you're having on someone younger, And every time he's like, that's you, the only person who I have a genuine relationship was like older. Because he calls me big bro. And you know how big that is, bro? Especially in dog. I was like, bro, we reflected one day about there were times like we met each other in public, but Umchit is like, that you've always had this. You've always had this. Like, bro, y'all just bring it out in me. So when he whips that phone and I'm in front of it, the rest is history.
Monster mode.
The rest is history, dog. The rest is history. And yeah, I'm going through that journey now of also like now I'm taking everything in, and I'm trying to be a positive influence because I see that with the relationship. Because all the time we reflect on how when he first came here, my daughter couldn't even speak a word. How old she is. How quickly is interchange. This was from July last year, bro. Nama was lumming first 6 months of 2022. Nothing to do with the podcast. Now I was like, throw yourself in the deep. I was like, Texa, gonna be on the podcast. Why would you want me on the podcast? Like, no, don't worry, bro. Gandhi, this is the revolution. Look where we are now.
Damn.
Because Eve.
Look at God, bro.
Yo, bro.
Look at God,
bro. He delivers, man, and
you know
he's in my circle of accountability, man. And bro, the way the dude was gaga about y'all when he meets Bongo and then he meets you and it's like, yo, Tati, this is the friends I wanna have. These are the people I wanna have in their lives.
That's
dog.
what people are saying in the neighborhood about us. Fair to paying me, Bongo, and Nunave, we like even the dress codes there too. You see how that's why people they always like even the kids, because sometimes like ushushu phandle, thathe couch yam, then we draw a we just put music on. Do you know how many kids come bazosijonga, bro? Like they chill there.
Yeah.
I'm about to nathi uzoba. In my mind, I'm like, yo, we're sitting in the shade and these kids are sitting in the sun. What the fuck? Going like, okay, guys, let's cut it. Yeah, chicks. I mean, I'm on one. It doesn't like they ask us, they come, they pay for the next day. I'm like, influence, you know?
Yeah, go born of it.
Go born of it. That's the
That's also beautiful to witness as well. We get that Nati with songs when we just sit there at the park. You've probably seen Love It on Facebook.
Yeah, I've seen it.
When they were sitting there and Songs is asking me that do you want them basuk? And they are right there at the right spot. In fact, I want them to be there.
One of those kids,
yeah,
the image,
yeah,
do that shit.
This is always gonna be like that. And whenever we go to the park, there are certain kids, like there's this energy so local say I attract, but we always do a review after we do shooting. We're like, bro, look at what we are doing. Like Jonga Abandon, there were two girls. We were recording episode I think 2 weeks ago, in. Like they came gradually because we were there at the corner. Then their swings, they move from one place, 3 places up until they got next to us. Because they were like, the way siyenzayo dog is like ngolunye uhlobo. Lo mntana kodwa wazohlala apha ecango Sungs because Sungs is that side. I'm sitting ngapha. He's doing the footage. And after that we had that reflection dog. Our energy is contagious. This is beautiful to watch, man.
I mean the neighborhood.
Yeah, this is beautiful to watch.
Imagine,
dog, man.
21, you guys just like one day we have a tent, and we just like invite abantu to talk about.
Yeah, and have something like a live audience,
like a
or something
live audience
like
or
that.
anything to talk
and then we have
about.
panelists. Then who's going to be walking with the wireless microphone, questions and so on.
Questions about
dog. Because at the end of the day, we need one another to tackle the things that we're up against. Because who's about in terms of like communication and doing. Yeah, I might be in terms of theater, but the finances then don't this lack because our people bafuna ube good kwinto yonke chat nanto nengayifuniyo I can only be good at what I do.
What you can do, yeah.
So xa ndisiza no Chad, it's because apho mna I'm not good at. It's where he's gonna compensate. Exactly.
Where I'm gonna step in.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna step in. So it's beautiful that kind of way. The second year is thrive on our individuality. We thrive on being unique. I'm not trying to be in your life to try to say, why are you not like me? Why are you lame, nigga? Why are you like this and all those kind of... That's the beautiful thing, I think, about your relationship yet and the energy that we put out there.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm your friend because I want something from you. You're my friend because I want something from me.
Beautiful, bro.
Works with you with podcasts because
learning. Exactly. Yeah, he's also my friend as well now,
so
bro.
So we see our exchange, and every time you guys meet up, every time you guys do a podcast, there's words being shared. I learn something. Maybe next time I see the songs, we'll also have the same posture like you do over the mic.
Yeah. Next thing now is in front of it because he's also a rapper as well, man.
Know?
Shout out to Blood, bro.
You know? So yeah, man, that's what's been happening, bro. It's what's been happening, bro.
Yeah, that's so beautiful to witness, dog. And look at the adults that we are now, and how now we are owning our path. Anything is it's kind of like if Izile, it's here to prepare me for what's next. Because Chad, the one thing in Ngayifuniyo is for things to happen, and then once London Ifunayo happens, and then I'm not ready for it. Fuck that, bro. I've told that to many people because they live too much in their heads. And then I sit down and have that sense. But yeah, some people think life revolves around them. I enjoy being in tune, especially when I'm going through the gutter. When like my woes are at the door, I like to open the door and let them come in. I don't pack any shit out. Because I let people know, but yo, dog, I'm not in a good space. Come see me a few days later. Konya, I'll hit you up on social media and tell, no. So that the way, and unpack it. You've said that many times. Yo, dude, if things are going wrong, let's talk about it. Tell me how we're affecting one another.
You don't have to open entirely, but yo, give me a hint. Well, okay, listen. I'm going to understand. I'm going to leave in this manner. I'm not going to slam the door.
Leave on good terms.
Yeah,
because ngalamzuzu lo wanu zabanala yo I fear to latsotsi he was nasty towards me nendon but awuyazi ba what he was going through. Maybe ucinge olet lakhe dog okanye mhlambi there's something that happened with this girl, his daughter or whatever, dog. I'm trying to make that emphasis ukuthi not everything is about you as umntu. People have their own problems they're fucking worried about, bruh.
Yeah, people are going through it hard, man. Because I remember a friend of mine last week came to visit me and slept over for like 2 days. Because he just missed being a mommy and shit like that. But at the same time, and work was getting like having him nuts, yabo. And Lonzo Gafet is a artist of mine. I record on shit, and I was like, oh shit, bro, I know what's going on. Too much work. You told me about this. Don't quit. Mm-hmm. Because you applied there.
Yeah, in 20 and sometimes we underestimate.
And now the thing is, I appreciate it because he told me like straight up, like, yo, dude, this is happening, bro. And
shout out to him, bro.
And just be like, like
beat around the bush.
Yeah, I
like except nigga, what the fuck?
He told me like, because I wanted to say that shit was a lie, but at the same time, as days went, I was like, oh shit, it's really happening, you know?
Exactly. How niggas can lead you on.
He never said to me, bro, I need some time. Do you mind leaving? And I was okay, this is my room. So via. I left, bro, you know? And in my mind, I had to tell other people, bro, okay, this is true. Because I find out that's when I saw.
Tibanis information.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
You went and did your research.
Okay, this shit is real. You know, this guy is going through shit. Then I started
seeing but yo dog, the fact that you know how often I also remind you of the fact that when you're going through a lot and you come here like sorry for you to if in my head I'm like, nigga, where would you have gone?
Exactly.
Other than here, because you came here knowing full well dog, I know what I'm gonna get.
Bro, on my way here, half hill.
It's like the load is getting off.
The load is getting off.
As you are going along, the load is.
That's why it's important to have. I feel like some people outside they don't have what you call friends, but they're just
people that they can show with.
Yeah, they're not your friends. They're just your vibe party friends. You know, they're not like your original friends. Like, who is your friend? Like, dude, who's that one friend of yours? Oh no, okay, Abolo, and Diko in the crowd is on Tetele.
But you know another thing that makes me your friend in Donichen is you're friends with yourself first.
That's the thing, bro.
Like, people are not friends with themselves. People don't like themselves.
Yeah, because I know for a fact I'm Tetele Luki, but I got the page, I'm like, I'm terrorist. I'm like, you talking shit? You talking shit? You don't even know what you're saying, you know? Because that's a friend, you know? That's a friend right there, bro.
There's the same emphasis when people are talking things they do not know about this person, like in your presence. Because now I would always ask, they were talking shit about me, what did you say? The mere fact that you are coming with the information,
what did you say?
What did you say about that? Then I found, some people I've been empowering them for too long. That is when I had to like, dude, nah, yabongok, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it now. Now you've crossed the line. And they got shocked.
They always get shocked.
Uba shocked, Uba like, this dude, all of a sudden, nah, dude, like things are different now. Nah, cut it short. You see the same door you came in, guy? Can you leave now? Because you're born as chilly, vibe. I'm sitting with my sisters, I'm watching television, or whatever I'm doing. Upon in das bona corner, but yo, bro, you care about yourself. Strip yourself away from zonke zazindo. They're gonna, nah. I'm not deserving of this. When am I gonna learn tech? Now I have to work. Yeah, and fucking ways Bora and Indon, because now it feels like my room now becomes an entertainment room where people can just chill for the entire day. And then when I call them out, get equipment yam, anything ngamandla umntu extend PC. And I used to say this a lot, especially when I was still learning PCs. Because zange ndazenza ngathi ndiyayazi. Ndiyaphuma apha kunzima notshintsha. Ndithi nazimachita nina ndiyantyhafisa nina. Uzawuthi uthanda uyazityela. Yabo uzenza ngcono yedwa uzifundisa yedwa. Kodwa abantu ndihlala nabo bahlala nami every day. But when shit comes to shove, and now next thing when uzofuna apha kum, yet mna zange ndangenisa nereport apha ekhaya. There's no girl that came here wazobetha ifestire. There's no guys that came here that said uthanda usibele intoni, gangster, wathini. Zange kwamachera lwanga uthando apha estratweni. Ask any of them. They don't want to tell you that shit. That's why I always knew I was the prize. These people don't deserve me.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, unalawe ba uneminyaka. Like, bruh, you a vampire. All you've been doing is leeching life in you. I'm sucking the life out of me. And next thing, ngoku ndiyazibona uba yo, I'm running out of blood, G.
They actually appreciate your ass for being
G, ndayibona la way when I started having girlfriends, now hey, problem. Yeah, sakuboni ngoku nentoni. Ndayibona uba no, this is deep, man. I need to attend to this. Yeah, now I lost those girlfriends. Yeah, bazi abantu. Yeah, sasichilo. Nentoni ndaqonda. You are not my friends. Ngaphakathi kum ndithi aba bantu, they are not for you. They've never been for you. Uthena zaba nomona kuba wena uyaziphucukisa, bra. Your circle of friends is supposed to be happy for you, not jealous.
Exactly.
They're supposed to put you on. Like, yo, bruh, you know my best friend? You know Chad? Yeah. Bruh, have you seen that? Bruh, the way I gloat about y'all. Did you fair to? You know why in the sense Orlando? Because the niggas doing the same shit that I'm doing. So I say discuss Orlando, but it's the genuine shit that we built over Eliminyak. Yeah. Because when I tell Sungs that you know Chad, out of all the so-called friends I had, Chad knew I needed deodorant.
Yeah.
Out of all ababandu, kuko ababazokwazi ba yo, let's go and have fun at the club. Let's go do this. Those
are the friends. Let's go party. Month end. The youth is failing to take care of each other because they don't know who they're hanging out with, you know? Yeah, it's okay to have 8, 20, 29 friends. But do you know all of them? That's the thing. Will they be able to help you? How honest are they with you? How honest are they with themselves? That's the thing.
Oh, Chad, bro. That's deep, man.
That's another thing that was fading. That's what I'm seeing outside too, dog. You might be my friend only when we drink. Quite the class is sober, you're just a neighbor.
Yo, dog.
There's something else we have to tap on as humans, man.
Ila emphasis now I always work on. We haven't learned how to be human still.
I don't think we'll ever learn how to be human.
I don't think Fetunyansis or Figagula face.
No, I don't think we'll
because I think Usungula has mentioned this about how he's like seen how some adults don't know, bruh. Like abazi when a chat, but Bonbandu they still in denial, they fail. Like that they've never been through. Like this is the adults that I fail to like look up to now. Like y'all are part of the reason why kids are being misled. You speak this and you act a different kind of way. Yeah. And look at the activities that they are performing, because remember, offline, before everything happened, we are talking about how now our grandfathers can see teenagers of now. You know how guilty I get when even a young child in uniform looks my way. I have to look more like Koba because even Sungs is like, now, I'm a young adult that seeing like, Lumdana is like, she's asking for it. Didn't their imagination go, what if y'all were predators? Knowing full well look at this hood in Jani, puff every kind of hood and the hood mentality that is out there.
Environment, dog. That's why I need to know if I appreciate niggas like you get environment. You know? Because you guys put in that positivity.
Yeah, dog. We're trying to put some light in this darkness.
Like, seriously, dog. Adults don't see kids as kids nowadays, man.
I'm younger than him now. You fake no, go. That's the culture now that they are pushing. They be like, I'm going to what the hell? This is like 5 times, 6 times under your senior.
Bro, 30-year gap, nigga. We shaking 30 plus years. But she still has the mentality to take you to bed, bro. Is this the world we're living in, bro? Like, really? Like, Yanaji. First we say it's the government, but we're adding more stress to government.
We are Lubabalo in a chat. We are the first government. Tina, the human being.
The decision is akuthi before they make the decision.
Government ikalapha kuthi ngeyiphi governance oyifakileyo now, because you could find ukuthi even the conversations we hear like on the taxis, there's a majority of mothers and fathers who talk about how messed up kids are. They will talk about the problem, but they will never be accountable on how they are also adding to the problem. Is fair to ukhalaza ngabantwana bakho.
Guys, if you're an empath,
you gave birth to these kids.
If you're an empath, you don't want to be in a taxi. This goes.
You'll catch feelings.
This goes on to empaths out there listening to this live podcast. If you're an empath, you do not want to be in a taxi because in this vibe, they're saying, "Wow,
you will catch feelings, bro.
You will catch feelings, bro, and you'll feel sorry for them, dog." I mean, we're living in a very dark, horny world, bro. The world is horny, dog. You know?
And there's hormones that develop as in dog.
People don't know how to control their hormones.
12-year-olds. Zandia Joel. I ain't the
world is so horny, dog. I mean, wow. I wonder where it's gonna end, dog. You know, so end up like how it's gonna end up. where is it going? Because if schools are lena, then probably
Yeah,
something ahead.
usakhuza le ukuthi enye 2 times la le usandoyikhuza.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
never
can't
thought-
determine what you are going to be faced with. Lena ufuna ukuqina kwengqondo kuqala. Was this mental strength that we built? I said that with songs. That we understand now. We are the masters of our own destiny. Like mainstream media is not gonna do this because la uyocenga abantu fit knowing full well. Like sibone abantu too much apha phambi kwethu ebebezimisele ngomlomo, but when it came to the action, chat, aba bantu they playing. Kara ngoku yena, I feel like some people will never get to that mental capacity to see how much they fucked up, bro. How much they can help themselves by helping someone there too, like myself. I've said that with Sungula many times. People come at us, bruh, and yet we do nothing, Gobo. But I'm so glad that what we're doing gives opportunity ukuthi bona baziveze. Uyayibona la way? Because energy never lies. Because sometimes like that, I want to come to this world, hey, only 2 people, I'm chill, I'm cool with. Because now I don't want to be where I'm not entertained good. Because now we've been having conversations lately about, have you ever entered a room and you felt like you were the topic? It feels like, hey, everyone just like changes energy. Like, energy never lies, bro.
The fact that you only have 2 people who could now with the herd, you do have
it means that you also spend sufficient time to learn about where am I getting value? Where am I going to get good? Because they're still young men. Yeah. They're still impressionable. I'm still impressionable as well. Now when I look at them, sometimes I get jealous. Like, I wish I was 21 again so that I can make different decisions. But I can't. I'm thinking like the 27-year-old that I am. Yabona, and also emphasizing on them that, remember, this time you're never going to have it back. He's on a journey now of relearning relationships, especially with the opposite sex. But he's like, yo, bruh, people will make you feel guilty that you're not in a relationship, and yet no one is peeking out there and seeing what type of women are out there, a majority of them. What is the state of the relationship? Like this whole thing we were talking about previously about now the cat is out the bag, bro. It's like a can of whoop ass now. Oh yeah, no, we bruh, expect anything.
It's that Mexican bull sport. So you know, I don't call it. They call it the Masolago or what? Yeah, one of that bull sport in Spain, Mexico, Orlando. You don't know what's gonna happen, dog. All the bulls all over the damn city.
And they said this life thing was easy. It's not, bro. Adulting, it's not easy, bro. Kaujonga's decisions that some adults fail. You as the adult, you are the blueprint in many instances. It must get to a point where everyone is creating content. Sound card, earphones, and then I'm tuning in, didn't live, ring light and then I'm going live on. So that must be a norm. Like, okay, that he is doing his production. We know who, motivational speaker, podcaster, and so I'm trying to normalize it. Everywhere we go. Askatali, if into ithi must make the content up siyayenza, and we go accordingly, because ekugqibeleni fethu we can't feed the limitations zethu and expect ukuthi sofumana iwe ephilisayo. We can't. Let them be onlookers. Baba yethuka bona ubona umuntu omepha who's going live and do all that's on them. I'm giving them a lesson. But okay, kwenziwa ngolu hlobo. Yeah, exists. In this environment, sikuyo. I can make it possible where I am. That's why in a lot of people's position, they ask to be me. I was like, why would you want to be me?
Yeah, you can't be me.
You can't. You are depriving me of the you. When you try to become someone else, you are depriving me of knowing the real you. Joshua Mabonga. Let's learn to be ourselves. It's not possible. Bonisa every day. Every now and then on born. Someone said this all, but hey, Anukbonang, like, yeah.
So you used to see
yes. Anukbonang, it means you pay attention. It just shows that energy.
People do.
Because I greet, I acknowledge him, I do all those things. I see everyone if it is equal, bruh. And I try to see good in others, especially when I'm at my highest peak. My job as a motivational speaker is to show you to yourself.
Give you a bread.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but place it on the table.
Place it on the table.
Are you gonna take it? Are you not? It's totally up to you, bruh. But yabo iyandiphilisa la way that my words matter, because when you tell me, yo, see, bruh, there are some days where I just go left and right and be like, yo, I just want to hear my nigga. And then you pick up this device called a smartphone or whatever devices I say, and you can tune. Yeah, you know how beautiful is that? That I don't physically have to be there.
Yeah, just
In order for you to access me. Oh, and these young
Just
people
pick
are
up the
not
device.
aware of what a beautiful time it is for them to live. This is the greatest time
so
for you
many
to.
opportunities for them, but they
Bruh.
just focused on something else.
Hey, Joel. Groove.
Groove. I mean, life namhlanje is based on those. If you're
Ayibona lawe. Look at even the social media nento bakhala ngazo. Yabo ngoku. Bruh, the unfriending I've been doing, I want no toxicity on my timeline. Yabo? No. Stress. No. Show me progress. That is what I want. Too many people, I don't interact in the content because of that, because they understand how the algorithm is gonna feed me so if I see success, kudos to that, I share it. Yonke land. Not land. Remember when we were talking about earlier when we started Yonke Leweku season 3 about how some people are still fighting because unalaweba yo in my head still lives low out and the one then ABC. Yet I don't even want to acknowledge that Tando is put in the work. He took responsibility, and people fear to have understood. No matter what you do for them, they will never appreciate it. So it's rather I do it for those who appreciate it, and that is your fear. So when I jump on those lives, when I do that, there are certain people that dominate my mind. So when I have that smile, when I do all those things, I'm channeling them as well.
The beauty of
Yeah, boy.
that
Because now in England when I'm delivering, sometimes I'm already thinking about, yeah, boy, you receiving this. I have a smile on my face. That's the beautiful thing about the people that I have in life in Yam. They inspire me in that kind of way. They like Jet for you, continue. Kubegega, do this. Bongo sometimes just pops up. Go fuck, man. I got the best people, dog.
guy has to come here.
Yeah, dog is been he do that, G, because he's another version of you, dog. The love and appreciation that I have for Upongole to bra.
What he's been going through, he needs a bit of you.
Away, G, man. Yeah.
Your work has been like it's the pits. You know, work is bonkers.
Yeah.
But you have to go to keep up.
Away, G, man. Appreciation, y'all, for getting that, man. Because yeah, man, we are pushing a product here, and I wanna always give credit not just to myself as well, but to all those things sent to me. If you're thinking, yeah, I'm here to destroy you, but that is a build. Just imagine if I said yes to things I should have said no.
To destroy the old us, bro.
Yeah,
trying to give us a new chapter.
Yeah, man.
That's why we always here. That's why we enjoy coming over here, bro.
Do you know what Sungs calls me?
What?
The hood psychologist.
Because he's a psychologist.
Every time I get here, it's like therapy sessions. Like
you are, but that's the energy you give in, bro.
You know. And go, you said it. You are many things to many people.
Yeah,
many different things.
A lot of things.
Many different things, man. But the appreciation like I have for y'all's presence and like unbukela fetu like also growing like in front of my eyes, dog, seeing that hey fetu we were just in uniform just a few years ago being stupid and doing zonkezazini.
Yeah, I was a damn fool for like years ago, bro. This is why I get laser down now, yeah.
Sikhalazi chair, but you are limile langa, you are ganet. I was thinking about Sbusiso Mposelwa, bruh. When has that nigga crossed your mind, bruh? That was my G, man.
When AKA that's where,
bruh. Great minds think alike. That's the first person who hopped onto my mind. I was like,
we were talking about that, like, yeah, because when AKA passed away, we were thinking about the school, like, bro.
The huge fan that he was of AKA, dog.
Yeah, like, his body down bad. But I'm sure there's been MIA. I haven't seen much.
I knew about Usbu will never be the social dude. So he's like,
but
Fantuka, yeah, he's been the private person, to knowing him.
Even like the Leonard Messi's, the PSGs, getting clean. He does come across man.
Yeah, he was that huge boss of Galuk. Because I'm just thinking about how it made me confident in going for the unknown, man. Like being around Joe or Abongil, I still want Abongil on the podcast. Nah, but I'm gonna sort that out. I know it wasn't going. The universe like continue to conspire in my favor now.
gonna happen.
because that acknowledgement keeps on going. Yo, bruh, last week, someone who was in my circle of friendship when I was 16 and some odds, they inbox me and tell me, yo, that long form shit you're doing, those videos on Facebook, continue, my G. I'm like, fuck! I'm telling Sugs, little dog, look at the universe. I was like, yo, that's big. I was like, yo,
That's huge, dog.
bruh, shout out to Tando Luhabe.
That's good.
Thank you very much, Rutman, for
shout out to
like
him.
hopping in my DMs and telling me that. I really appreciate it.
Shout
Like,
out to
yo,
him.
Fetu, that was big for me, dog.
Many podcasts still gonna be big, bro.
Fair
By
to
the time we go episode 30 something, so we're having like some other people, and I will make sure that shit happens. We're gonna make sure that
away,
shit happens,
G, man. Like beautiful people,
Yeah.
beautiful conversations, and
Yeah.
yeah, man, teaching most importantly, man, because now I've seen how once you start to see things differently, then you can start to like extract different things from zone. Because I understood that I couldn't grow around jealousy. That's why I had to let go of those friends. They weren't my friends in the first place. But like living in that denial for that long, it also helped me. Uguti, denial doesn't help. It prolongs, which means is become worse. It's like we are chabuk because you are hanging on to the rope. Have you seen a rope that is being pulled and you keep on hanging? Banjan. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's what I did when I relate to you with that breakup, with that 8-9 months, where I was like, this girl has left me. She mentally had left me. They born up at everything. But nah, man, you're fine. You're fine. Cry every time I like sit with myself. Those thoughts come by. Like things are not the same, G. Like you gotta let go. And eventually, I had to do the hard way, but Leanna drove me to the hyperbolic chamber, like I said, and it made me like realize that taking care of your mental health matters. Whereas again, this is after high school as well. So reality can hit you, Faith, especially through the adulthood as well, because I'm 20, 21, 22 at that period.
I told my friend, because the type baby mama yaki, and he was like, he misses her, man. Damn, bro. And I was like, dude, don't worry. As people, né, we think that singing out, we're the only people that get emotional. You might think of your ex or Barney now. Not saying that you have to go back, but you might think that you fucked up, but she also feels the same way. It's just that she might be feeling twice as hurt as you are. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, if you miss someone, they also miss you. You don't have to shoot a shot. You don't have to go back. Please don't go back. If you don't want to go back, don't.
Thank you for that advice, dog.
Back.
Because I've never thought about going back.
Don't go back. Don't go back in the outfit to that you are never appreciated. If we pretend they're allowed, don't even think of going back there. Remember what you said. You weren't supposed to land. What? Go where you are tolerated.
Beautiful, Chad. Beauty fucking full, bro.
Go where you want it. Not in the way. No. Go where you appreciate it, not tolerated. Bang, tolerate minus it. I know what he said. Just pretend. Put the mask on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, now by the time you step foot, a hug, bah.
It's like also that realness that we got from Unwabi Isa, dog.
By the time we get in a passing, I fuck, time to say a weekend of work. Not land, but time to say, okay, put the mask on. Don't ever go back to those people, bro. Move forward, dog. You deserve better. You know? You deserve better. We all empaths of it. There's none. I've been reading shit a lot, man, especially on YouTube, watching shit. We all empaths, dog. We have feelings. Yeah, bro. Don't go in environment of hey, there's too many thorns and I'm walking barefoot. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. So yeah, bro, that's just
we have to always watch where we take ourselves. There are some places where you're gonna be too much. I've said that to Sugs and Yahani as well. Where sometimes there are places we have to blend in. We have to be like the place. We can't like we're sitting to workshop. Like what the fuck do these niggas think they're recording their content or what up? That's also something you're also juggling as well. But it's beautiful how you really put it about how don't go where you are not appreciated. Don't go to where you are not loved, where they put the mask on instead of like embracing you. And that is what I kind of did. And I want to admit to myself that it took me so long to like get that, because I'm fighting. I'm like, this is what I want, and like what you want and what you need are two totally different things, dog. What you want is not good for you.
It's not.
It's what you need. What's good for you.
Need is what's good for you. Yeah.
Because uhamba nayo life yakho wonke, dog, and like
need that.
Dog, I'm like, every day I made the right decision. I made the right decision. I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love that thing where when that person misses you, or when you miss them, that's also their way of missing you. But that doesn't mean that, like, lungisa, like, way.
No.
Like, accept about izinto happen that kind of way. And I feel like most of us, sometimes we fumble things, and then izinto zingabi right, and then we get delusional about the fact that izinto zingabe njengaqala. And we always lead nala NH silibal, yo, bro, there's a human life that's involved now.
Exactly.
Especially if you know, our relationship has gotten to a place where we're not good for one another. Because Lamnana had to move that way because she was like, nah, I can't be with a guy that I don't have feelings for anymore. And then mnandi get way because nalawe ba ekuse medium lejana yokuntanda nendoni.
It happens.
And dingakwazi usijonga and be accountable for like, yo, bro, these things happen. People outgrow one another. Nendoni, let me just be grateful because we are libalba. You had time now, and that time you feel like it's up now. It's someone else's time.
And another thing I've been noticing is how Amachita like take care of themselves when the baby mama finally like moves on, and the girlfriend moves on. How much they just have this thing of like falling off, man. You know?
You ain't lying.
Like, niggas, I understand. I don't know how you feel, but the situation I understand. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, bro.
Go and destroy yourself, because those are all like attention seeking antics.
You're seeking attention, and the more you do
destruction. That's pure madness.
The more you do that, you're not allowing her. You're chasing her away.
Who would want to come back to that?
Exactly.
But that's the other thing I didn't also get. Because now, when I was trying to get her to stay, I did toxic shit.
Remember what you sending a text?
I'm calling her to one.
No, bruh. The more you do that, the more you chasing them away. That's why I'm saying, if you just leave that door shut and you can't kill a time, just like slide, just and then go.
Sure.
You allowing a mama to hit you up, actually check up on you one.
Because eventually that did happen.
Yeah, you know.
When I started like not being too attached, and Nindo she was not mine, Nindo, and then next thing she's calling me up. I need help with the PC, Nindo, and my mind was not even on there. Like, because I understood that obviously I had a period where it felt like, yo, bro, when is she gonna come back? But a part of me had already been like, nah, she ain't coming back, G. She ain't coming back, G. And I think this is like a few months before I even left, before my mom passed. Because like my mind was so fixated at the fact that now I started to have a relationship with my mom, bro. Because her sickness now made her like be in one place. I'm like, yeah, this is my time to like retrieve all the information and all that. So I was so attached about, like, I have something that I can take forward. Not the fact that she left me, now I must forget about her, now my mom is more important, those feelings don't matter. No, I had to deal with them. That's why the hyperbolic chamber was important. That's why the meditation and all that. And I'm sitting there battling with my own thoughts. This is the thing that I have to go through in order to get to where I need to go. I couldn't avoid it.
And that challenge taught you how to handle these needs, dog. Not only relationship, but challenges in life.
Entirely, in its entirety, dog.
Remember that shitty hole? It taught you how to take care of yourself, like how to prepare yourself for other disasters ahead. You know,
you dead on the money, dog. You really dead on the money, man.
So, man.
That heartbreak was really a catalyst to great things, dog. Because I had been contemplating the podcast for 3 years, dog. This is before 2021 when eventually I wrote like a diary almost the entire year from Feb. Being in COVID fear to like force myself to sit with my thoughts. Like the shit that I didn't want to hear about myself, I sat there and like, that was shitty. And all that. And I was like, it gave me even more power because of the way that happened in high school. When those girls told me, nah, you're no longer the nigger. Yeah, but the next person was next up. I was like, nah, my time is up now. My focus is towards like the shit that is supposed to, yeah, but keep me, yeah.
Had your chance.
Yeah, I had my chance. When it worked out, I blew it. I do this, I do that, I do that. That's why it was so intentional for me to be like, girls don't matter now. What matters is your life. What matters is our friends.
Bro, and do you know how attractive you are when you focus on yourself?
Oh, bro.
You know?
That's beautiful.
I mean, people have been saying that, like, focus on yourself. You'll see how attractive you are. You're not attractive to women, but you just get attractive because...
Fair to it. Am I the only one who, like, sees how handsome I am when I look at my shit? Like, I have this thing, Goku, when I edit videos on the video editor, and then I watch myself. There are certain times going, bruh, fuck, you're cut. Look at your hair. Yeah. Like sometimes I even notice the arms, bruh. There were times where like, fuck, I can't see anything that's happening. But it was because I was thinking way up, instead of like, okay, let me go and look at my old pictures. I was like, fuck! I was thin as fuck, baby, bro. This is how I was. This is where I came from. And look at the discipline. And then now, what happens when I wear a vest? Sungs will come up and say, yo, that's here, fuck with your physique. Yeah, bro, because I can see, yo, yes, every morning, yeah. Because I gave myself challenges, man, last year. Like when 2022 started, I couldn't even do 5, Chad. But I do 150 in one sitting.
Let's go.
Let's go, Spade. If you can do 150, you can do 200. And like every day, every week, see, you sang 10. Gubani or not by the end of the year. Your problem is you are thinking way too small. When you funa a big progress over a short period of time, which is impossible. You are and go crying. I remember I was like, my body's telling me no, stop fucking yourself. Go like, is that all you got? 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 Next thing I know, yeah, the limits. Because I want a land of it. It's the body and the mind need to work with one another.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're teaching Lomzi, okay, this is your limit. This is your limit, okay. So go 100, go. Okay, let's stop. Like, okay, so be good. Okay, we wanted 120, but we got to 100. 3 digits.
3 digits.
Let's go tomorrow again. If because songs and bands got here this other day. And I was doing my push-ups. I was like, yo, bro, I want us to do content like this. Like you take pictures of me or videos where I'm working out or doing anything at the way, because health is wealth, dog. Yeah, like I love the Tando that loves working out, the Tando that loves discipline, consistency, like water being available. Because when I think about water, I think about Upong. Pong was the person when he first came into my life. He was always reminding me about drinking water and all that. And
that guy used to tell me to drink water. I'm cool. And I started like
yeah. Shout out to Pongole to Maholan.
He's
a plug, dog.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because his favorite character from Pikachu is a water carrier. The Lubabalo Kamalai. It's that water Pokemon. Yeah.
The Mars gave with these cartoons.
With animes.
Bongo theater. It's like worlds clash. That Tibana, and I get it, dog. When you know you the one, you know, bro. Yeah. Like, Tina, we know, dog.
Yeah.
That's why we can't doubt this. We know it.
We know who we are. We know who we hang around with, bro.
Yeah, G.
Talking about automobile, sorry, just to add this on the table.
I know, Victor. Our interest.
They just dropped the electric car. Super dope. I mean, Lamborghini. And for the SUV is also trending. Super dope. Nice car. I see that Audi influenced them. Because they can also
influencing.
They can also operate on ice, which is really dope. BMW M3, the BMW group is also dropping station wagon Zaba. So later this year we already have an M3 station wagon.
It's been a while.
God, quick as shit, the new one. And we will have M3, an M4 station wagon. An M5.
It's hatchback, in other words, South Africa hatchback.
M5 electric station wagons also on the way. I feel like the world's moving on to electric than a petrol.
Yeah, dog. I think by 2026 in Europe,
Yeah.
they wanted like
Porsche
Porsche
outdone themselves.
By?
Porsche dropped a car a month that changes fuel to they changes water into fuel.
What?
I think it's a Panamera. I don't know which model, but I read about it. They wanted a car. I was like, wow. This shit actually does exist.
That's yabona vethu siya future njalo
So
we.
someone went to the lab and said,
For iminyaka.
I want to change my mind. So when the car moves, gets to fuel, goes into fuel, like it changes fuel.
Yeah, we thetha ingcingisano as well. There's an underground road they're trying to build in Norway, like an underground freeway that is going to be built underneath the ice.
Damn.
What those engineers are doing. Unfortunately, my drive that had that video died, bruh. Fair to where as an architect, you would be flipping gaga over that thing, bruh.
The world's like, video.
30 architects and the engineers that...
This is the engineering side of
Yeah. Dog!
This is the engineering side of Umhlaba, dog. It's mad, bro.
Fair to, Yazi. That's the other thing I've also like noticed with all these founding companies at tech, dog. Engineers.
Bro, even this car manufacturers, like, innovations are, bro, like, because people thought electric cars are going to be trouble. But now, you no longer have to charge it, because the more you drive it, the more we charge it. You know? So, it tells you.
They are made like that in mind as well.
It tells you, like, the more you put something out to the world, you don't only get feedback from your friends, but from strangers.
Ooh,
and when you get
beautiful, man.
strangers, you go back to the lab.
Isn't life an experiment, dog? Aren't we in the lab, dog? We do not know. And in many instances, we remember there's a conversation you always love to have about how Lamborghini and the Aventador is the most selling car, and how Lamborghini cannot be able to go to that. It relates back to that. The people that were purchasing that, they were like, dog, we like this.
We like it, but I feel like you could have done this.
But even though we love
back to the lab.
Which is constructive criticism. No bongo, the very first. That's why bongo is the first episode, because we had talked about that dude. Remember, after season 30 is about by episode, people are gonna listen. We are gonna be criticized. You're gonna be criticized. So he sent me this voice note and say, yo, dude, out time I used to go to college. You talk about was an episode, but he has criticism. And it was like, remember, like, yeah, dude, I'm prepared. I was like, yeah, the editing, This is when I didn't know nothing about editing. I was like, dude, like, thank you. Yeah. What did I do? I went on learn Audacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is when I started like, no. Then season 4, that is when the full gang will go. I'm like, I'm starting to figure out the app. Yeah, but how certain things how to compress when I talk loudly, how to noise cancellation, normalize, equalizer, how he pays news. Because I'm thinking now, I'm at a point where the knowledge that I have about the app or Audacity that I didn't know when I started season 3 with the interviews. In Nigala perspective, now I've moved from trying to edit to make sure I finish. Now I'm editing for the listener. Yeah. I don't need to put into effect. I need to think about how is it going to be getting to your ears. I know my voice is loud. I don't mind that when we record. But I know when I do editing, quickly normalize. Because ndiyamazi uchalu tetelezani. So ndithatha normalization your voice yakho and then the may end yam. Yeah. Simple as that.
That's the beauty of it.
And I love figuring things out, dog, man. I think that's also one of the things that make the journey beautiful, is the fact that I'm not afraid of figuring it out.
Yeah.
And
be able to learn.
And also to the onlooker as well, man. To Sungs as well. Yeah, boy, like that, see all the apps I know because of being around you, the things I know. Give credit to yourself as well. Now you like your your phone because he has internet. He built himself that YouTube page. He started being on the podcast. Now he's sitting on over 130 videos. I remember I was approaching 100 and you were telling him the fact that you have videos means you're serious, dog.
You're serious, yeah.
They are doing all those things. So Lamas refer to they matter because they impact. Thinking about bruh. Sometimes the figures where we like contemplate on our shit. Do you notice what I'm supposed to be and then next thing I'm supposed to be a podcast here too? Because he was telling me that he still has people on his WhatsApp. They don't talk to him, but they view his statuses. They're just there. The mere fact that they're still keeping your number, bro.
Yeah,
They
because
probably
pull the shit out of him. Like,
yeah, they
The fact that they have it-
away.
yeah, but
That's the props that I gave him.
I mean, you guys have to look at yourselves as everyday, as everyday positive feel, it feels, because I feel like whoever comes across the video saying, guys do live a different. It don't matter where they started watching that episode.
Away. So no baba khethe iphi yokuqala ephakathi the latest one.
It's up to them, because I know a lot of people are busy doing nothing. Yo, I don't have time to watch this 1 minute video. They will have the time to sit on their phone for 2 hours just scrolling on social media. You know, just start up. Yeah, but that's what I appreciate from you guys, because I know when I see Lanuka, when you guys drop an episode, if I click, especially when I go to Spotify, even if I can actually go backwards and from the beginning and listen to it. I know it will leave a mark. I'll be like, shit, man. Yeah, I had to hear this. That makes me want to play Z. So that's what I appreciate from you guys. Like, I wear my shout outs, because you guys really do live like difference, man, on someone's mind and heart, bro. Because you just tell us, listen, it's gonna be okay. You know, I mean, we're living on Earth, though. Shit's gonna happen. We're supposed to feel shitty, but this is why we need, people like you.
Thank you, dog. You're like the second person that has also said that. Shout out to Atama Veneke, a Zimbabwean brother of mine. He's been on the podcast twice. The fact that you are not the first person who said that, it means the universe, if it doesn't lie, it knows what it's saying. Because the very first interview we had, he said, that's why we need you, Tando, my brother, to tell people, to give them the information. You're not telling them that your way is the right way, but it's to make them think twice about what they are also going through as well. Because what I have seen is no one is doing what you are doing, my brother. So continue with what you are doing, man. And like a confirmation, Yababan, because now I'm a dog. I had to see that in myself for it to work out. I had been telling even Ushon, Kwango, yeah, dog, but you don't need to fuck with my shit for me to know it's the shit. Yeah, but like, I prevailed over it a long time ago, and it still beckons now. Where now I feel less of myself. I'm human too, bro, but be careful of when you're riding the wave of depression. Be careful of la way. That's the other thing that in Gogo I've become powerful at. Like, that's not my problem, dude. That's what you chose. So now I'm trying to lead you towards the light, and when you want to remain in the darkness, stay there. Stay.
Don't drive me into the darkness.
Shunfaga. Yeah, but because I know what the darkness does to people, bruh. Yeah, but I know what it does for you, and nothing productive comes out of there. That's why witchcraft happens in the dark. Yeah, but when we are sleeping, they have to catch your ass. But guess that ends of it, like in the spiritual realm, that's also something that I have to like take care of. Because once I started being away from these people, yeah, but these people, I refer them to the people that were used to be in my life, either negatively or positively. But those that now I got to Uti, I put distance between myself and them and work on my shit. And in me working on my shit, it made me see that I've made the right decision for countless times not having them in my life. Not saying their life is dramatic, mine is less dramatic. I know I'm better than them. It's not about that. Yeah, but I've made it okay for me to outgrow certain people. I'm okay with that. We used to be friends. And yeah, man, we made different decisions. And I'm no longer that person. I used to be that person, but this is who I am now. This is who you're working with. So I was like, get used to this, bruh. Get used to this. If when it rubs you off the wrong way, but yo T ngatagandazi go like, dude, akomdomazi yapha emhlabeni mfethu. Akomdomazi, people change up on you like this, Chad. We go home to the moment we get our success, they are gonna go to the ends of the world to ruin it. To just show bana how happy they are not with themselves. Like abanaba drivers is away. Jealousy makes you nasty, bruh. Wayne said jealousy is a disease. You can die, man. Like, people die from jealousy out here. Bonba, bruh, I'm not in your way, but yes, Bonba, when you've invested your energy in me, I become the cool cookie, the cool cucumber, and I become good. Bonba, when are you competing with yourself? Not with me, because I'm not in competition with nobody, bro. I'm trying to touch things and make them better. Ngayibona, dude, that's a battle that he has to face with himself. Then I understand a lot, but some people, their shadow is in control. They are not in control. It's either your mind takes instructions from you or the other way around. Simple as that. So now, just because I'm intact with my things and I'm still learning, obviously I give you off that energy, but yo, I have work to do. Like, be glad, bro. Some people don't want to admit they don't know. Now I'm there are people I go to, like, life in yam now. But every day. I've said this many times that the people that matter most in life, I don't have to see them all the time. But when I see them, bruh, trust me, that is what matters most to Goom. You're in Mona every day, man. You're boring, man.
You invest nothing.
Yeah, your noses are too much into people's business. Why am I doing this? Why is he not doing this? Niggas ain't contemplating on their own decisions. They busy like, yo, look at her. She bought this. It's so hard for you. And a part of you doesn't get touched seeing another man eat. Your own food is going cold. You seeing me eat here. Failing, doing wrong. Dog, I'd rather be in the Coliseum getting my ass beat than being low about safety. Nothing can happen. No. You have no accountability. And you think you're good. No. Bruh. There were my niggas a culture who used to ridicule me because the puma late kaya because no, my chores matters, bruh, because young build. How will I become a responsible exactly? Yeah. And at the end of the day, if I have to clean the yard, if I have to wash that car, if I have to do the dishes, I have to do this. I am a child. I'm not under oppression. And this youth must get that. When your parents give you chores, they are not punishing you, bruh.
They're not.
Abazag, how are you going to handle a home of your own? That's why they're going to jump from this bed to that bed to the... They can't even cook an egg.
People don't actually... They don't really know that one day they're going to be left here and that's Makovasan.
Dude, uzagcina for yonke la mizara kubonise everything that you lost out. Ayibuhlungu dog, to see the people that you could have eaten with. Yabona? Bakude ngoku. It's not because ngoku awuna access yabo. It's because you could have made the same decisions that they did. You could have hung on. They were like, let's hang on, machi. Sinyamezele ka. Ezinye ways these distractions because these are start away from the product. Because if Snaila mindset, suka, this is our Tinder podcast, instead of us moving and grooving up us, about building our careers, knowing okay, artist is record, I go record opinion. I'm not using that. I don't have this to my advantage. No, the wheels must turn. Where there's a will, there's a way. So I instilled that will, and the way came out, bruh. So years on a daily basis of like, this is my personal journey. And the reason why I really admire and started this podcast was because I didn't want anyone to tell my story. No one saw what I saw. What the Mr. Williams did for me, Mrs. Cornelius, Mr. Z. Effendi, Mr. A. Effendi, Mrs. Bradlows, Mrs. Williams, all those teachers. You know how my heart jumped for joy when you were telling me that those teachers sit and have meetings about us and talk about our future. You think those people don't know anything about what's happening in our lives? We forget to go to their parents.
Yeah, the parents, they do, though.
They are parents about they're shapers of our future. And this is from a personal opinion. My teachers were my parents, bro. Now, when I went to school, they filled that void. Knowing full well I couldn't get it elsewhere. And then you have the Jonathans. You have all these different people that, not just my friends, but they were my brothers as well. They were setting me up for success. But now I had to ask for it, yo, bro. I could have sat there and be ashamed, bro. But I told my mom, grade 11, they're hambab. Sit there and tell you, Olet, the situation is like this, Olet. I know was. Knowing full well I had built a good relationship with her because I helped her child, bro, with like schoolwork and so on. Like, okay. If someone says I can do this, I can do this. When they sit with you, they become interested. Where do you come from? Who's your mom? Who's this? And it's in yeah. And then their story touched me, and then she opened her home to me. Her daughter, her entire family, and I felt like I was one of them. To all these different people, dog. Like, Chad, the ability nam ngiyozinika opportunity yokuhlala nabo and let them know also in words and have this live, because my daughter also now uzaba mdala. She also needs to hear ba naba bantu bancedisa dog, because I could have taken different decisions, man, if I didn't have your. Yeah, well, going back to the mere fact that you thought that Tando needs to have deodorant and all that. You weren't seeing a broken person. You saw a brother that needed help.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, bro. It's seeing the humanity in a person. And whenever I talk about this with Sums, man, it brings tears to my eyes, man. It really brings tears to my eyes. What you were doing, go Ghana chat, dog.
We were fucking bros. And we're still bros, dog. One.
Yo, man.
You helped me, dog. Now, if you helped me, you told me a whole lot, bro. Like, you taught me a whole lot, man. You know, you told me. That's why I'm still coming here.
And just uyeka, dog.
That's why I'm still coming here.
No one balega chat. I'm gonna be forever in your life, bro.
People could like meet right because I feel like if people could meet you,
the same way that you met me.
I met you. I don't think my soul's about life, though. Don't never ever thought soul's about life, because damn, you contribute like into it, bro. We're in a dog, damn. I don't know, man. You know, because the energy you contribute is amazing, bro. And you just like you tell them to, and then you know, they're just telling you how the week was, or like you know, the challenges I've been facing. You also contribute that energy of listen, bro. You can't do this, or it happened because of this and that. You know, understand the situation that we're. You know. So you taught me that, you know, you taught me how to not make things out of control, like just take the steering wheel and just whoop to the forest and then crash, you know. You taught me to continue. Listen, the road's still bumpy, you know, it's turns and shit. You taught me that, bro. You know, to continue and move forward and move on. And then guess what? I did, bro. I managed to get a lot of things. Who would have thought I would have like an engineering diploma right now? Who would have thought?
Chad, fair to. You know, when you graduated, you also. I graduated as well.
Because I used to go and tell you what the fuck's been happening. I'm like, yo, T, I cannot keep up with this course. It's too much
work.
Work,
man.
Oh, getting my work fucked up. Like my hands fucked up. The workshop, tools, using heavy machines. Yeah.
Nah, that was too inspirational, dog. That was too inspirational of it. And now I'm fair to coming from me. Yeah, and I also see the same joy, and I also see the same push that is going to be coming from because now you're going to be speaking from a point of experience. How beautiful is that, dog? Like your nigga will take sand and elephant. Remember when?
Coming was 6 late, bro. I'm telling you, I just had my last class.
Yo,
train fair took the head off, and I'm like, I'm not coming out. I have to go see Uki, pull my vinyl, and then walk here, dog. Just come here and I vent. So yo, and I'm down, I'm hungry, I'm tired. I'm like, yo, damn, I feel like I'm gonna fall.
But you knew, dog, but yo,
I knew.
I got someone, man, who's got my back.
You know, like my parents didn't play so much of a role. They weren't there because they were in your province, you know. My family members, they didn't pay.
You understand how many excuses you could have had, nigga?
Oh, and
how many excuses to like
university because I didn't have backup from my mom, my dad, my sister. Like, no, but because I had one friend of mine that was willing to listen to my bullshit, like, bro, sit down, don't ever smoke, tell me the bullshit, you know?
Yeah, G.
And I told you all the bullshit, and guess what? That bullshit turned into celebration.
Yeah, man. If niggas smile it, girl. Slile, cry, and not want it, and then want it again.
Give up.
And then say, I had a food. That, it also like relates to the post I made. I'll always relate to this post again. When I said I'm giving up on everything, man. And I think this is my second recording about how appreciative of all the people that jumped on that post, man. And said, say what's going on, and so on. I'm so appreciative of like people who don't even know me, but they still show me love, bro, because of what I do. So I understand that even in this digital world, you have to like surface a lot of things. Some things are not for public consumption, and you know that I had to learn like discipline myself in terms of like, not everything needs to be out there. Not everyone needs to know that you are in this kind of position. And I think that's a conscious decision I also made with my girlfriend. Like our relationship is our relationship, not the world.
Not the world.
Yeah, bro, like, you
No
don't
one has
belong
to
to the
know.
world,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. So sometimes I do like let things slide, but I don't want to lie to you. Before I post anything that has my girlfriend, I ask for her permission, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Please, yeah.
I always ask for her permission.
'Cause you're not the only one. in
Yeah,
the
but
relationship.
yo, babe, I feel like I miss you, nento ezinjalo, and okanye mhlawumbe I love these pics. Because sometimes I do go through her phone, like send me this picture, I want to have it on my social media. So that can because it's archived and it is doing post nendon.
they're
Yeah,
archived.
they archived, yeah, and also just to show how much I appreciate and you mean to me. But consent, brother. No, but I'm in a relationship with you. I don't want to do stuff that you
Want
yeah, but
something,
that doesn't rub you off good.
Yeah.
Because I've never been in a relationship where I'm being guilt tripped into like posting me. But I do know someone who was guilt tripped into doing that. And this girl was like, "You don't love me because I don't see me on your social media and into Zinjalo." And the dude was like, "This is not love. This is not love. Love is what we do in secret for the two of us because sithanda lathi nazobayithu.
Because now you want everyone
Yeah, you know what we on and all
what
that,
we
and
are.
it just shows
So
what
they same people can come and fuck up everything.
yeah, someone is in your ear, Kaluk.
Yeah.
Because now we are doing, and also they have these friends, man. Also, that's why we as Sungs, we have started to like that. We need more women on the podcast as well, so that we can have the women view because 75% is males, bro. Yeah, well, because it's gentleman club most of the time. Yeah, but this female one that we're gonna have, it's gonna be huge, bro. Her network, it's gonna be emotional. There's gonna be crying. There's gonna be laughter. There's gonna be envy. There's gonna be anger. People are gonna be shouting, but at the end of the day, it's all love. Siyathandana. Yayibona lawe, create a platform yokuba mayibenjiyana because we've asked for her to be on the pod. She came, she had cold feet, and we were like, we understand.
We understand, yeah.
But asimxelelanga, but we understand. Yayibona lawe, we understand. And then she gave us positivity. I was doing a live ngenye imini and she told me, "Yo T, I started listening to your podcast." I was like, yeah, let her become comfortable. Step one. Then she went ghost on social media, and then this year started, and then she started to come back. Yeah, boy. And then I did a live. I think Apakumaj, she was passing by in a cousin Yak, and I was doing a live. Coincidentally, I was like on this live. I'm talking to Sungs because Sungs is on the title of the video. I have tagged him as well. And while I'm talking to Sungs, she passes by and she says, "Guys, finally I'm gonna come on the podcast." And then I'm saying to Sungs, we're on the live. While I'm live, we are rula. Yeah, and they were like, "Dude, you see how the universe also works." So we're like, "Yeah, dog, it's there." Next thing, Sambona Abelapa. Next thing, say, we stoners as well. She loves to plant, Nendo Zinjala, but she's such an inspiring woman, strong. Beautiful. Yo, the amount of gaganess I have over her strength. We need more women like that, bruh. Bro, when we say black women are strong, bruh, I look to my mother, I look to my girlfriend, I look to my girlfriend's mother. Like, bruh, go, I'm surrounded by powerful women. And it gets to a point where I want to tell them every single day how powerful and how... Bruh, even the simplest of things, Mazinza, there's power, there's precision. The female energies, for me, it's so beautiful to admire. And the adversity that she went to, and yet still I am here. Dog, I celebrate her for too, man. And like
I can't wait, bro.
Shit.
I can't wait.
Yo, it's gonna be a beautiful one. We are gonna be going down memory lane. We're gonna start it off on a very sad one, but fair to gradually, then it's gonna start to pick up. Then it's fair to the roller coaster of emotions that I'm gonna get there, and then I'm already thinking about the ears it's gonna receive, man, because she has a network, bruh. She knows people, and I'm doing this for both of us as well, bruh. I'm doing this for the both of us as well, man. Like, people need to know our story. They need to know by yo, brother, fighters like Tandalo to keep Lubabalo, Msipa, and all these individuals, and they need to understand that I'm not me by me. I'm called by every one of y'all. Yeah, but every one of y'all makes me who I am as well. So no man is an island, and sometimes you have to take the bad with the good, whether you like it or not. Sometimes, yeah, but you keep certain people around because but when shit hits the fan, he's the nigga that won't blink. He's the nigga that will quickly react and
Got your back.
we're gonna eventually about figure it out. But the health aspect in the Itanda dog, because Sungs was like that here. Eventually we're gonna have to get to a point where we learn how to go to gun ranges, like learn how to shoot and all that. We're like, yeah.
At the gun range.
Yeah, dog. Because there's that men now are uplifting like masculinity than meeting at at the bottle store and drinking. Men are no longer doing that thing. We hike together. Like, just imagine, like, girls have weekend aways. Go. Londo, we go to the mountain, bana, we go off grid.
I don't know what's up with niggas,
Spag
bro.
and then bruh.
I don't know.
Because in the build a relationship.
Yeah.
Because you get to tell me like maybe some childhood traumas,
Bro,
childhood
like,
stories,
girls,
and interesting, yeah.
Girls take care of the shit out of each other, bro. Girls
Bruh, I'm
care
jealous.
about each
I
other.
am jealous.
And that shit is beautiful. What they do is really dope, right? Because they really take care of each other. Like, Makupana, etc., etc.
They take care of each other's families.
They do.
Learning about myself has been like the best decisions I ever made for me, because I was like to be able to encourage other people that I encounter as well to be themselves. And I know sometimes I'm not someone's piece of cake. Many instances I rub people off the wrong way. Like, yeah, Nick, and he thinks he knows shit. He thinks I do get that. Oh, go, dog, man. And I understand that abana bafani mfethu, man.
Yeah.
Like, so tibana nabanye, spinach tibane nabanye, bo. Some are gonna like us, some are not gonna like us, but
Not everyone's gonna like
us we came here to be ourselves, dog, and I'm quite appreciative of the fact that like our brotherhood and friendship, we still kept it well, dog, and for like more conversations of this nature to happen, fit, yeah, but like it being a norm, especially for like literally summer through your fit, because kunzima fit. The fact that we still here and we still taking it up a notch, that's also something like beautiful and merciful to admire as well. But man, I need to like have him on a sit down as well, because he's also getting his life up on a notch. Your Fit is doing excellent, dog. I don't want to lie to you, but he's doing very excellent, dog. And every time Tibana Fit is always reminding me by yo, and Nas's kati but to bring bra. So 2 days ago he was also here. So I did a recording even yesterday. Well, talking about how like I'm appreciative of people of that nature. Him. And I'm saying if it through Zong isn't as a guy, because he's such an amazing being, man. Now I say figure up to when you are around a person who like sees you. And I love, even with the age difference, but the amount of respect that we have for one another. And and he comes here, I just think about how long I haven't seen him doesn't matter. It's the fact that he thought about me when he came here. Yeah, bro. That's big. I always say that to Sungs, bro. It's big, dog. I thank you every day for that, man, and for this to be a norm. Oh, dog. Because I'd rather have them say I'm putting my friends on. It's because my friends with our positive influence, dog. But you still here, if it means I'm doing something right. Bong is still here.
Yeah, we're all here, bro.
Yeah, bro, y'all are still here. It means I'm still on the right path, man. Thank you very much for yet another one. We had to get to the letter end, dog, man. Yeah. Yeah, cheese, Ali. Yeah, cheese. Is there anyone you want to give like shout outs to?
Shout outs to you, bro, for having me. Fuck. Shout outs to Maniac Podcast.
Yeah.
You know, Galo Media. Shout outs to Galo also.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to the homies out there. I'm gonna have my name on the podcast anyway. Shout outs to whoever's listening and listening to this.
Yeah, man.
And I hope
Continue
you
to love
guys-
yourself.
Yeah, continue to love yourself, and I hope you guys, like whatever's happening at this moment, just know that your life matters. You know. Yeah, man. Continue praying and just be safe and stay positive.
Thank you for that, bro. As the motivational maniac, yours truly, Thandulo to Kid.
Shout.
I am out. Namaste. Thank you yet again for tuning in for this lovely episode. Until next time.